Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. The last speech for today is given by Archana, and she is attempting his L4P1. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice the skill needed to address audience challenges when she presents outside the Toastmasters club. All the audience, for the next 10 to 15 minutes, whatever disturbance comes, please do not interfere in between. It is a process of the particular speech. So the timer, please note the total time is 10 to 15 minutes, and all the best, Archana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Daya. Toastmaster Archana, pay less, buy more. Pay less, buy more. Toastmaster Archana. Over to you, Toastmaster Archana.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, all the Toastmasters and honored guests. Can anyone of you sell me this pen? Anyone? Please raise your hands if you can, for 100 rupees or for 1000 rupees. Great to know. Okay. I was at a job interview yesterday where the interviewer handed me a laptop and said, I want you to try to sell this to me. So I put this under my arm and left the building and went home. Eventually, he called me and said, where are you, man? Bring my laptop back right now. I replied him, pay me 60,000 rupees and it will be yours.
Right, I think so. Corona vachindaa chachane.
Please be muted and thank you. Okay. How many of you know this joke? Please raise your hands. Okay, great. You will know why I reminded all of you this joke now as we go forward. Firstly, how many of you know that 11% of people globally employed today are only in the sales? And the exciting part is 89% of people who are not specifically into the sales, but when researchers looked closer, they found that
what is this sales, and how do you know the statistics? Tell me, what sale are the people doing? How do you know 11%? Did BBC News tell, or did CNN News tell, or NDTV News tell, or Aztec News tell? What sales tell me? What is you have to be particular sales selling? For me, sales means selling products. So where this 11% came in my class of 10 people, 8, 10, 9 are in sales. That is 99%. So where is this figure matching? Tell me, madam, I'm confused.
99% are into sales. If you consider even your cook, even your housemaid, or even your friends who are selling you their ideas, who are convincing you to do what they want you to do. But all that cannot be measured. So, professional sales, as professionally, which can be recorded, and as per the research reports, research articles, it is 11%. And I agree with you, it is not 98% or 99%. If you include everyone who is convincing you, is selling his idea, or making you do what they want you to do, are all included, then all 100% of all of us are salespeople. Even now I am doing sales. Okay. So that's what I'm saying now. 89% or more than that members who are not into sales are also spent their time influencing other people to sell their ideas or sell their services. That's what I'm going to say. So please interrupt me after listening to me. So anyway, thank you so much for that wonderful question. By being interactive, the points will stay in the memory for a long time. Great, thank you. Okay. In general, many people don't know how to make a decision. So it is the seller's job to influence his customers to buy his product. So how do they influence? Tactics. They use tactics. They show us this unique skill of telling people to go to hell in such a way, in an obedient way, in a respectful way, in a convincing way that people ask for directions to go to the hell. Take for example, some soft drinks, the soft drinks we have, Coke or any soft drink, all of us know how bad it is to our health. But we buy it.
Toastmaster Archana, I totally disagree with that. Soft drinks are very good. They taste very well and they give a relaxed feeling to all the people. I totally disagree with you on that.
Thank you for disagreeing, Rajiv. It is only by disagreeing we can have a healthy discussion so that we'll get into a point. See, who is right is not important for truth seekers like you and me, like truth seekers like all of us. What is right is always more important than who is right. When disagreements and discussions lead to what is right, disagreeing is always welcome, and that is, I'm happy to address this. You are saying soft drinks are good. I agree with you. They are good because they give you reward. They give you that dopamine high, that happiness hormone. But they are bad in the long term because they affect negatively. They have chemicals in it, they have preservatives in it. So, hope it is clear now. I'm continuing with my point. So soft drinks are bad to our health, but we buy it by getting influenced by the momentary rewards. Those momentary rewards, short-term happiness, is what making you or many people like us believe that soft drinks are good. But what is long-term? We should have a vision. Vision, especially Secunderabad Toastmasters leaders, we are practicing to have vision, long-term vision. So it is bad in the long term. What is bad in the long term is also bad for the short term. So we don't need it. And I am selling you this idea now. So sales is not only about products and services, it is also selling ideas. So there are many ways by which sales people...
Ashna, I also have an opinion to make, I know sales is all about selling the product, but you said tactics, no? Then what if the customer is not convinced? How does the customer know that this is the right product that you're selling or not?
Yeah, exactly. I have the same.
I mean, how do I know what you're selling is correct or wrong? What if you mislead me someday?
That's a great question, Ranjini. That's a great question, Rajiv. Most of the times we are misguided because by being misguided, they are getting profit. They are getting profit at less cost. Their profit is important. So most of the times it happens. And for that they use tactics. See, to say something's right, we don't need tactics. And can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I asked what if somebody is selling me and is, misguiding me there at that time. And I am not aware that that person is misguiding me.
Yes, that's what. Majority of them misguide. That is the reason we need to know what kind of tactics sales people use, like low ball technique, foot in the door technique, all these techniques which I am going to discuss now is about this. Misguiding and how, see, when you know what strategy somebody is using on you, you won't fall for it. The fish goes to the net, fishing net, because it don't know where it is going. When we are aware and when we have clarity, we won't fall for it. So that's the reason today we are going to discuss about it. Thank you for this question. And from the question is from the side of customer. What if they are misguiding? And another question you asked, that is what I wanted you to repeat. The another question is, what if customer is very tough and we cannot convince him? It is from the side of salesperson. Now I recollected your question. It is from the side of salesperson. From his side, he should not waste much time on one customer. There is something called law of large numbers. Law of large numbers, like take a dice, and when you do that dice, the probability of getting a 6 number increases with more number of times you do it. You are only doing it 5 times, you will get 6 number maybe only once. If you are doing it 20 times, the probability is more. 100 times, more number of times you will get the 6 number result what you wanted. So the law of large number says, don't waste your time on one customer to convince only that person. The market is vast. So if you cannot convince that customer, let him go. The best thing is to focus on the large market, and that is what all the sales people do. So to make us dance to their tunes by using these strategies. So let's now discuss about what strategies we have. Thanks for this wonderful question. So if the only thing a salesperson has is shit, he knows how to turn it into fertilizer and sell fertilizer to us. Let me tell you now how they influence you to make you do what they want you to do, while making you feel it was your own independent choice. In 1975, a marketing psychologist named Cialdini conducted a study in which the participants were asked to volunteer time for one public cause. Some were asked to give huge amount of time. When they refused, immediately the researchers request them to give a much smaller commitment of time. Some other participants were asked to give a smaller amount of time, whereas a third group, the third research group, third sample, was given a choice between the two. The results revealed that in the small request only condition, only 17% of participants showed the desired behavior, what the salesman wants. However, after turning down in a large request, 50% of participants gave a positive response of yes. So here you can understand that the one who wants to sell you his product or service deliberately, intentionally, that's what you were asking the question, misguiding, deliberately puts a large unreasonable request, and then when customer refuses that, he scales down to a smaller reasonable request. And can you guess the result of this trick? Maximum people will say yes to the smaller request, the one which is actually the man's real target. He intentionally asks a he intentionally says a higher price, so that the next thing he says will appear reasonable for you. This is using tactics to, it's not always misguiding, but to convincing skills. The one he wanted your yes is for this smaller second request only. Then second tactic, people use another technique to influence you when you say no to their offer, that is foot in the door technique. Here initially they make a small request, and once the person agrees to this small request, they find it more difficult to refuse a bigger request. So the trick here is to get big favor from you. They start with asking smaller first. Example, you might have seen people in recent times asking you to join their free webinars. Why do they do that? It is because of the general human tendency to feel involved after having some level of interaction. So when people listen to such free sessions, there is more possibility that they will later buy the paid session too. Do you know low ball technique? Here the customer is asked to agree to something on the basis of incomplete information. Incomplete. And is later told the entire story. Yet the customer buys it because previously he said okay to the offer. He want to be consistent. This is third technique they use to, in your words, to misguide and for him to get the profit he wants. And that product can be a genuine product also. This is only a tactic used to make you buy to the rate he wants you to buy. For example, a car salesperson offers a shopper a car at a $6,000 price, which the person agrees, and two of them go to the head of the office to complete the payment, to complete the sales. There, the salesman tells the buyer that their colleague priced the car in error. In fact, the correct price should be $7,000. The customer then agrees to complete the sale even at higher price. Many say the future of sales is less manual, more automated. Still, I don't believe it, because only a human who can having abilities to analyze the circumstances can use such tactics, right tactic at right time. So this is something robots cannot do. I want to end my speech with just one suggestion. From now on, wherever you see big sales, big buys, observe what technique they are using before tasting their rainbow or thunder. Let none sabotage you so that you can make life a walk in the park. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana.